When Sony offers firmwares, they offer lies underneath them, and we accept them because the reptilians give us crumbs and we dare not refuse them, or we don't get to eat anything except sewer gutter meat. So we updated the Sony A7S III firmware. Do I regret it? Kind of. There's a couple things that got worse, but for the most part, I don't know, it's okay.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Sony A7S III Zeiss 25mm standard color science, dynamic range level 5, the maxed out, and it's better than log, it's better than Canon color science. I'm actually quite happy with it. I think I'm going to make a video, is log overrated, because I only see downsides to using it. Rich tone portrait on Nikon with a little dynamic range boost is like way better than anything I can do with that Nikon LUT. So it's like, okay, I'm happy. So there's a couple things in here that I didn't hear anybody talking about that actually fix a lot of issues I was having with Sony. There's several things that are just like, oh, thank you for fixing that. It's the obvious features that suck. For example, focus breathing comp. Amazing, right? It's on right now. No, it isn't. It doesn't work with the damn lens I have. Not one Zeiss lens works. It's only the Sony 20mm 1.8. That'll work, thanks. Even the Sony Zeiss lenses, the 55mm 1.8, that says Sony right on the body. Doesn't work. But let's dive into the menus and show you the positives and the negatives of this new system of awareness that Sony has implemented forcefully into our lives. Okay, we're now on the Nikon in rich tone portrait, of course, for technology filming. That's the best. 40mm 22, stopped down to 3.5, so everything's in focus, and a dramatic light to the side over here. Huh? Little rim light on the camera? You're appreciating it, admit it. Okay, first, the best thing of this whole firmware, now when I switch custom modes, it's just instant. Boom. Bam. It used to bring up a warning box and then you had to confirm. Now it's just an instant switch, just like every other company. So it's like, thank God. The second somewhat okay thing about this is the new boxes up here, the new 1 and 2 menu system that has almost everything you'd need. I like that. I don't dive in here too often, but it is nice that I can change all the 4K stuff into HD and high speed from there. All the white balance, like everything you would need is here pretty much. Kind of. You can't customize it. I wouldn't mind being able to customize it, but you cannot. But it's nice to have. These weren't here before, so it's like, okay, I'd rather have them than not, and not bad. So like, people making fun of Sony menus, it's like, they're way better than Canon. Canon like doesn't have anything like this. We have like all the menu system plus the quick function menu, which is just so customizable. You can't customize Canon's quick menu. It's so annoying. And Fuji's weird in this menu. You have to like use the dials. You can't change things by like selecting this and then going in here. It can't change. It has to like, oh, you have to dial switch it? Like what the hell was that? I've never, oh God, I just broke my camera. I'm switching to manual focus for this tutorial, even though it's not running. Another thing that I absolutely love, there's a new flexible exposure mode. So right now, I can have any of these auto or manual. So boom, auto or manual. And I'll tell you why this is game changing for me. When I go into my custom mode, say this is 4K 120p, we're doing aperture priority. I was locked in here before and I couldn't change from aperture priority to manual. As you can see, this is where you used to be able to do that and it does nothing now. So like if you're in regular movie mode, you go there, it's like boom, F. Oh, I can't even change it now. Oh God, you locked me into that. Oh, you piece of shit. I just discovered that. But in the custom modes, oh, I'm in my 240p. I was stuck in aperture priority. Now I can be in aperture priority or not and just be manual, everything. Okay, I'm going, it was in manual. Oh God, I suck at this. But You see what I mean? It's flexible, and you can decide on the spot, okay, I'm gonna be full manual, because sometimes I want the controlled lighting and I know how to expose with the zebras and the ultimate low ISO for slow motion, and that's what I want. But if it's wildlife, I need exposure quick. So I'd want auto shutter, boom on the manual aperture priority mode, and now ISO. Could be auto or manual. Like, it's very flexible, ideally named correctly, flexible exposure. I'm so underexposed in that shot. Wow. One thing that has ruined my life, when I switch into manual focus, it used to go directly to peaking, and that is no longer there at all. It's either on or off all the time. So I've actually had to make a custom button peaking on. You can't even see any of it there. So it's like, even if you're in autofocus, the peaking's on. Why would you ever want that? So it's like, it can only be on or off now, and that's so much worse that I actually had to dedicate a button to. I don't even remember. That was clear image zoom before. I could have zoomed, now I can't. So I've been ruined. The absolute worst thing about this firmware is these stupid side things. You can't get rid of them. There's nothing, like if you swipe, there was a thing that you swipe and it brought up two sides and they would never disappear. Like Canon has a quick menu thing that you press this and then it disappears after a while. Whereas this one, hot damn you. Okay, watch this. No. There. That thing. Okay, disappear now. Leave me alone forever. Why won't you go? Swipe away. Half press the shutter. Get out of this. Okay, finally I got rid. Oh, it's still there. So if you want to turn that off, you have to dive. Go into the ocean here in your menu. And I still can't figure it out because in here, you can have it on where it was left and right or off. So say you don't want that screen on. Okay, cool. Now, no longer is that ever coming on. There was something odd that you couldn't frickin' use these, but now you can. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I think it was this menu. Both valid. Touchpad only. Yeah, so that's what I had on. Point is, I'm turning off that left swipe thing forever, and even these, I don't love touching them. So like, I don't care. I'm used to like white balance is that button, ISO's over here, or just the dial if I want. So like, I don't need your side stuff that can't disappear. I would probably use it if I could customize it and make it go away, but you won't let me leave. So it's just annoying that that new feature, I can't really use it because it takes up so much space when you're filming, and then I can't see my framing properly. It's like covering everything. And where's my super awkward blocky focus mode that was in one of the new cameras? The A7 IV, I think, has it. It's the dumbest thing ever, but it was blocky. Blue was out of focus, red was also out, but clear was in, and it looked terrible. And I would like to see an updated version of that, but we don't have even the archaic version of it. That's bullshit. So all in all, it's a better system now. I feel like it was annoying as hell to have to set everything up for hours. It felt like I spent half a day just going through everything. It took a long time to update, and then going through all the menu again, and then changing everything I had. And things are different now. Things are different. It's more streamlined, and it's better now that I put the time in. But it's like, oh damn, I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna boycott it, but then they came out with their newer firmware to fix the bugs of the last one, and I was like, all right, whatever, man, I'm bored. That's the only reason I did. I was bored. I still haven't even tried to install the DCI 4K with the app. I have to watch a tutorial or something. It didn't come with the firmware. You got to do some extra stuff. And I installed that app, and now I can monitor, but it's not good. It's not like as good as this screen even. My phone, it's crap. There's no peaking. It's like a lot of stuff just disappears on the app, and it's like, thanks for nothing again. Now, if you're curious about my super dramatic lighting now, we're using that Zhiyun B100 super cheap light with just a softbox grid focused on me, and then the mysterious corner of darkness now. I don't know what is contained within it. I'm afraid to even look over there. Oh boy. Uh-oh. And then we have this little tube light Ulanzi directed because, ow, why? It has the barn doors. I love that. So it's like, boom. Why did I make so much noise? Why is there an ant on my mic? And I've changed the Kelvin temperatures to 3900 as an experiment. My small rig could only do 5600. I'm trying to sell it. Damn thing ain't worth a damn. It's like 1,000 Canadian plus tax. I thought I'd be getting something, but it's down to 650 now. Not one comment, not one message asking for it. I was like, oh, I'll sell the more expensive one, and I don't really care, and no one's even buying it. Speaking of buying things, I know this was a Sony firmware update video. No one cares. No one cares about that. I was going to buy the Voigtlander 21mm Tony 1.4 for this. Can you imagine that? Slightly wider, more tone, and Voigtlander magic. Someone bought the damn thing. It was roughly 1150 Canadian, which is super expensive, like stupid overpriced for that lens. I think it's $16.99 plus tax. It would be like $1,800-$1,900, so that was a decent deal, but still very expensive. Someone bought the damn thing, and now the next closest deal is like $1,550 on B&H. I was like, what? No? So that dream died in my arms, and now what? So I'm thinking Nikon 24mm 1.4 for this type of thing, replicated. This basic exact shot with slightly blurrier background. I divided that word for some reason, just like God parted the seas. Why? Like, when I look at this shot, don't you think that background's blurry enough, if not too blurry already at Tony 2? So, like, why am I doing it? I'm addicted to hunting for gear. There's no reason. I just made that video out at the beach with all the comparisons of the Voigtlander 58 versus the Nikon 40mm versus the 105 and the 85G lens, and my conclusion was everything I have is way better than I need. The 40mm is fantastic, love that. The Voigtlander, even better, 58mm, wow. The 105, fantastic as well. Why am I hunting for more? Though I have 3 options that are already too good. And I'm thinking, oh, Zeiss 135, 22? It's an addiction that can't be healed by more camera lenses. Stop buying this stuff. I'm looking at constantly. Canon 62, I would consider it, just to have my 85mm 1.2 back. I could mount it on something directly, no adapter. I just hunt constantly. Fuji XS20, oh my god, it's too expensive. No, I'll wait. What am I doing? When really, the most dramatic difference you can do in your shot is lighting changes. I should be looking at lights and stuff and little, like, why don't I have a hair light? Why aren't I using that small rig thing up there pointed at my head? I should be, but I'm not. But for the most part, I'm pretty content with the gear I have, and it's way more than enough. And I should stop searching for more outside. It's all within you right now. So relax. And the firmware, decent. I can recommend it. It's better. It's better for wildlife, everything, the faster switching dials, and still have to press the thing with your nails. Just a side rant and then I'll leave. You should never have to do anything with your nails on a camera to access. No button should be a nail press. It's just, they're not meant to be used. It should be easy, everything. Just no nails. Little things, little flap doors that I gotta dig out. The SD card, oh no, I can't reach it. I have to dig my nail in there. Ergonomics, man. Study it. There's gotta be a college course. There isn't. I'll leave. How you doing? Subscribe. Hey, you can donate Bitcoin if you want. No one's done it yet, but it's fun to do. I heard. Subscribe.